increase in property crimes, but we do have those every month of the year.
Well, we heard different students that sometimes come and tell us that they're concerned that the parking lights, especially the blue garage lights, are turned off at night. Why turn it off? Why not? Isn't it maybe it's a risk to have students stay here till late and then walk to their cars in the dark?
Okay. Well, actually, parking and transportation is not under the police department, but those concerns have been aired to us as well as through parking and transportation. There are set hours for the garages, and students and faculty and staff as well are notified of those hours. Lights are shut down at certain times, and the garage are closed at certain times as well. We constantly look at the use of and the hours of use for parking facilities, and we kind of monitor when lights or when the structure should be closed. So again, that's part of parking and transportation. I do know that SGA, Student Government Association, is looking at providing a type of an escort service coming up here in the fall, to the point that if a student comes in late and they need an escort to a specific location, that service would be provided. And as well as the police department, if a student, faculty, staff member has any safety concerns at any time, and they're in a parking structure or any place on campus that they feel unsafe at a specific time of day or night, if they want to give us a call at 72626, of course, on campus, we'll provide an escort service to them any place they want on campus.
And Director King, I know you have to go, but any last words on what you'd like to suggest to students, faculty, and staff, or any guests to the university as far as public safety and insurance security?
Well, what I always try to encourage people, and you brought up the fact of the staffing issue, and our police department, as well as any police department around the country, we can't do everything, and we can't provide all the services that are necessary to protect a location without the help of the public. So I'm always asking students that if they see something that's unusual, that they report it to us. Very similar to what had happened at Virginia Tech. There were lots of red flags that were coming up with the young man that was there and committed the tragedy. But students, faculty, staff didn't really communicate that. So if you see unusual circumstances around campus, let us know. Don't hesitate.
Director of FIU's Public Safety, Mr. Bill King, thanks for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you. We certainly hope to have you back sometime in the fall to update us.
I'd be very happy to at any time you like. Thank you very much,
Once
Jose,
again,
Chris, and Maria.
Thank you very much. Once again, that was the Director of FIU Public Safety, Mr. Bill King. He joined us today live from our studios, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back and update you on current information that's been going on throughout the week, update you on the Faculty Senate meeting that went on Tuesday, as well as the Board of Governors meeting that went on Wednesday and Thursday. You're listening to FIU's News Talk and Roundtable Discussion. We'll take a quick break. Come right back. Thank you. Back to the news here. Once again, thanks to Director of Public Safety, Bill King, for joining us today on the studio as he discussed some of the measures the university is taking to ensure security and safety on campus. Now we'll jump to some briefs, some news going on this week. Dr. Fernando J. Valverde is the new Assistant Dean for Community and Clinical Affairs for the College of Medicine. Dr. John Rock, the college's Dean and Senior Vice President for Medical Affairs, says that Valverde is, quote, vital for our program's development. His impressive credentials in efficient delivery of care make him invaluable for our mission.
And also in FIU news, the Biscayne Bay campus celebrated its 30th anniversary Tuesday, June 12th, outside the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management building, the first building to open at the campus. The event was the site for past and present students and administrators to come together and talk about the campus history. Also the event was FIU alumna Nadia Turner, a former finalist of American Idol, who sang on stage the Happy Birthday song to BBC and talked about how the campus has changed since she lived there almost 5 years ago.
A group of students from the School of Journalism and Mass Communication, SJMC, known as the Domino Effects Communications, won second place in the U.S.-Canada division of the International Advising Association's worldwide Interad 11 competition of the FIU team, which competed against 50 other teams, won international recognition for their integrated marketing communications campaign to support the United Nations Millennium Program, an effort to eradicate poverty worldwide.
Local news, protesters rallied to show support for affordable housing on Tuesday. For months, protesters have been slamming county leaders for mishandling affordable housing in Miami-Dade County, but now they're going after the city of Miami and Mayor Manny Diaz. On the mayor's behalf, County Manager Pete Hernandez said Diaz inherited an affordable housing program that was a disaster. Critics of Diaz said he is more concerned about developers with deep pockets than low-income residents drowning in debt.
And a study just released by the Education Week shows that South Florida school districts have some of the lowest graduation rates in the country. Overall, Florida's 60.5% graduation rate was 45th in the country, out of 60 states and the District of Columbia. Among the reasons for Florida's low graduation rate is mammoth schools and the difficult transition to high school 9th graders face, the report said. Florida uses a different formula to calculate its graduation rate, which counts students who earn GEDs, while Education Week does not. And the federal government doesn't recognize students who earn GEDs graduates.
Oh, I feel stupid. In Florida news, a Florida teenager is recovering from a concussion after a fight that was recorded and then posted on YouTube.com. The brass knuckle attack was taped last week and then posted on the video sharing website. The cause of the fight may have been a boy that both girls involved knew.
Ouch. In national news, the Federal Advisory Panel recommended Tuesday that thousands of former workers at our nuclear weapons plant be denied immediate government compensation for illnesses that they say result from years of radiation exposure. The nuclear bomb plant is located near Denver.
And in national news, same-sex marriage will continue to be legal in Massachusetts after proponents in both houses won a pitched month-long battle on Thursday to defeat a proposed constitutional amendment to define marriage as between a man and a woman. The vote means that now opponents will have to start from square one to sponsor a new amendment, which could not get on the ballot before 2012. Thursday's victory for same-sex marriage was not a foregone conclusion, especially after the amendment won first-round approval from the previous legislature in January, with 62 lawmakers supporting it.
Also, President Bush put forth an effort to revive a crippled immigration bill by visiting the Capitol on Tuesday to try to assure wary Senate Republicans personally that border security was a driving force behind his push for changes in immigration law. Mr. Bush went on to say, quote, "We've got to convince the American people that this bill is the best way to enforce our border," unquote.
On the internets.
With computers nowadays, I mean, you don't...
Sorry about that. World news, Jamaican police have cleared any wrongdoing in the death of Bob Woolmer, coach of the Pakistani cricket team who was found unconscious in his hotel room in March after he ousted from the Cricket World Cup. Now it's being said that Woolmer died of unspecified natural causes.
And in world news, scientists uncovered a skeleton in northern China of what they are now calling a giant bird-like dinosaur, dating back to 70 million years ago. They emphasized that the new specimen did not challenge the theorized dinosaur-bird link. However, they said that it did go against the previously accepted belief that the trend of size decrease that is associated with birds.
And finally, after many months of resisting, Sudan has agreed to a joint United Nations and African Union force of nearly 200,000 peacekeepers in Darfur, the site of one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. The African Union hailed the announcement as a breakthrough.
And in sports, San Antonio Spurs swept the Cleveland Cavaliers to win the NBA championship last night. That was good. Well,
and also today's local weather forecast calls for a high of 85 with a 40% chance of rain and a 60% chance of rain
I'll
tonight.
tell you what I'm really going to do as president. I'll run this country like I run my company. I'm going to raid the pension fund, dump chemicals in the ocean, and sell our best assets to the Japanese.
Ooh, looks like Reaganomics is making a comeback.
All right, sorry about that.
Does that have to be Reaganomics every day?
These people keep on jumping back over here. 60% chance of rain tonight. That's
weather's going to be horrible. I mean, as you guys can tell, for the past